Good morning. I may do several of these today. I've been working this week to put some pages together to be prepared for doing some recording today. This scrapbook set is from the Grist mill at Metamora, Indiana, and I'll just share a little bit with you about how I've put it together. You may notice I have a wheel here. This is to represent the grist mill water wheel. I cut that out using my Cricut machine, and you can see that there's a brown circle on this side. This is actually the leftover cutout around that circle. I do this sometimes because it helps to create a sense of theme across the two pages because you're using similar colors. Also, then I use some washi tape to create this strip that's going to go up the side. And the background paper, you can see that I'm using on my photographs, is kind of an antique kind of paper. So I think this one and this one are the same, and then this one matches the border that I've used there. You can see it's a torn edge border. I've used this tool, tearing edge tool from Creative Memories. You can see to tear that out. And I am going to put these pictures behind the circle here, and I'm going to show you in a little bit how I'm going to do that. So we will be using double-sided adhesive tape to put this project together. So I actually am going to put this piece down first, and in order to do that, I'm going to put the tape on the background piece because it'll be a little easier to get this aligned. This can be really difficult sometimes to get two background papers perfectly aligned so that you don't have to do any trimming on the project. So you can see how I'm struggling a little bit here to get it aligned. Almost there. Yeah, I think we're close enough. There we go. So again, just in the corners, that's going to allow me now to slide these under, and I want to get the border of this photograph perfectly aligned with that washi tape, just because it'll help it to feel more balanced if those are lining up. So we'll get that in place. There we go. Again, old photograph cut, use that to push down the picture so that you don't get fingerprints or body oil on those pictures. I'm going to turn this sideways, make it a little easier here for me to slide under, keeping it at an angle so that that tape doesn't start holding, and then I'm just going to make sure that I have it centered. Again, I'm missing a little bit of the pictures being covered up by this circular border, but I'm not too worried about that. You can still see the main parts of the picture. So there we go. That looks pretty nice. Now we'll work on this side. I'm going to take the photograph off and the wheel off, and we'll start with this torn edge border. Get this aligned. And I'm going to put this wheel on, but I'm not going to put it center. I'll end up cutting off some of that here at the end, and I'll show you why I'm doing that. But we'll get a nice piece of tape here, and I'm going to tape across all of this all the way around. It's a lot more tape than I would normally use, but since I'm going to cut part of it off, I want to make sure that I have enough tape holding it in place. So there we go. The reason I'm putting it off center is if you put it center, it's going to look a little strange, I think, compared to the other one. And now I've got this stuck a little bit to the background here. Here we go. And then our photographs. Again, I'm going to pull this in because I want to use both pages to work on the placement of this. Okay. There we go. Putting just a little bit more tape on that because it's going to be on top of this cutout, and there may be some places where it doesn't connect well. So when I get that straight, I can see that I did not get the wheel on straight, the bars, but I'm okay with that because those won't necessarily be that way in real life. Okay, so this piece is done. This piece is done, but now we need to trim the edges, and I have a Fisker circular cutting tool here and get this in place. That's going to be a little difficult, you can see, because the circle itself is making it bigger than the 12 inches. So I'm just going to make real sure we get that. Cut right along the line. So we're taking this off. We'll just throw that away and flip it and then make this cut. This is one of those things where you don't want to cut too deep, because then you'll end up with a bad cut. So, and then I'm just going to check to make sure that we have enough tape along here. Feels like we do. Yep. So that's going to stay in place. And we'll put the two pages next to each other. Make sure that it looks well. And so my water wheel, even though I didn't center it, and it was a complete circle and I've cut it off, it still gives the image of what I want, even though I'm missing those pieces up there. So there we go, the grist mill and water wheel at Metamora, Indiana. Thanks for watching today. Take care.